Before that terrible night, the kingdom of Umuaka was full of wealth and power. King Obianuju sat on his throne. People feared him, but they also respected his strength. One terrible night, King Obianuju screaming in his sleep. His golden crown slipped off his head. His wives, Queen Ifeoma and Queen Nneka, clung to him, and blood poured out from his ears. His body twisted on the ground as he begged us to give him back the dreams he had sold. His voice didn't sound human anymore. It was like something was pulling his soul out through his mouth. The walls of the palace shook with his cries, and everyone who was there knew we were watching a man being taken by forces he could never fight. Please kindly subscribe to this channel, African Storytime, and click on notification button to get our new Folktales video as we are diving into this emotional story. Thank you. King Obianuju, he had 2 wives. Queen Ifeoma, the first wife, proud and strong, mother of his eldest son. Queen Nneka, the second wife, gentle and wise, the one the villagers secretly trusted most. And he had 5 children. Shinonso, the eldest son, brave but reckless. Obina, the second son, quiet and clever. Kayamaka, the eldest daughter, beautiful and curious. Ngozi, the second daughter, shy but full of imagination. Kalechi, the youngest boy, innocent and playful. The palace was alive with laughter and songs. The children ran to the courtyards, chasing each other. The wives told stories under the moonlight. From the outside, it seemed like the perfect royal family. But inside the king's chambers, darkness lived. Every night, King Obianuju dreamed terrible dreams. He saw famine before it came. He saw sickness before it spread. He saw death before it arrived. And worst of all, everything he dreamed came true. He hated these visions. To him, they were not gifts but curses. One evening, as the sun bled red into the horizon, a stranger came to the gates of Umuaka. He was tall, wearing a heavy cloak even though the air was warm. And I noticed something: he had no shadow. He went straight to the palace. No guard stopped him. It was as if the air carried him. He stood before the king and whispered, "Stranger, I can buy your dreams. You will never see them again." The king laughed at first, but that night he dreamed of his son Shinonso drowning in the river. He woke up shaking, drenched in sweat. For the first time, we saw fear in his eyes. The next day, he sent for the stranger. "King Obianuju, take them, take all my dreams. I want peace." The stranger nodded. "Then the deal is made." No one saw what price the king paid. But from that night on, he slept like a baby. He smiled, laughed, even played with his children. For the first time in years, joy filled the palace. But soon, strange things began happening. The villagers stopped dreaming. My little cousin Ngozi, who used to tell me colorful stories every morning about the places she visited in her sleep, began waking up with empty eyes. She said, "I saw nothing." Farmers no longer dreamed of good harvests. Warriors no longer dreamed of victories. Mothers no longer dreamed of their children's future. The kingdom grew quiet. Too quiet. The people began to move like shadows. Queen Nneka noticed first. One night, she whispered to the king, "Queen Nneka, my husband, what have you done? The people are losing their souls." But the king only smiled and said, "King Obianuju, at last I am free." One night, while I was guarding the palace, I heard a scream that froze my blood. I ran inside with the others. The king was on the floor, shaking violently. His eyes rolled back. Blood ran from his ears and nose. His wives clung to him. His children cried. But he wasn't awake. He was trapped somewhere else. Then the stranger appeared again. This time he showed his face. His eyes were black holes, endless and cold. His smile was thin like a knife. Stranger, the king sold his dreams. And now, I have come to collect his soul. The palace trembled. The wives begged. The children screamed. King Obianuju, no! Take my gold, take my land, but not my soul. Give me back my dreams. The stranger's laughter echoed like thunder. Stranger, dreams are not gifts. They are debts. You sold yours. Now you must pay. And before our eyes, the king's body twisted one last time. His crown rolled into the dust. His eyes stayed open, wide with terror. He was dead. But the worst part? The stranger did not take his body. He took something we could not see. His soul. The kingdom buried him. But the palace was never the same. At night, people said they heard his cries echoing through the walls. Some claimed if you slept in the palace, the king would enter your dreams, begging you to help him, begging you not to make the same mistake.